Yo, I posted this question on the community tab about a week ago and asked you all what video you wanted out next, and everyone voted, and the best sci-fi film won. So yeah, let's jump right into that video with what movies I think would win, and then I'll end this video off with what movie I think is absolutely the winner of this competition. So yeah, let's start with the first movie. The first movie I'm going to be talking about is The Thing. This is one of my favorite movies of all time. This is absolutely my favorite movie of all time, actually. If you've been watching my channel for a while, or any of my videos talking about sci-fi or horror movies, you know for a fact this is absolutely my top movie pick for probably all of eternity, unless something better comes out. Highly doubt anything better will ever come out, though. This does not win this competition, sadly, because I think it's the best movie ever, but it isn't the best sci-fi movie. It's definitely the best sci-fi horror and stuff, but it's not a purely sci-fi movie. But it is still my favorite movie of all time, but it can't win at every single genre. But I mean, I don't think any movie can win every single genre, so this is still my favorite movie of all time, but not my favorite sci-fi movie. The next movie we're going to be talking about is Alien. Now, I'm going to go ahead and push Aliens in here too. So the first and second Alien movie. These are amazing sci-fi films, some perfect horror scenes, like the best horror scenes I've seen ever are in this, actually. Extremely unnerving, creepy creature designs, just really good all around. But this is another one that's sci-fi horror, and whenever I was making this list, I wanted to end it with my favorite purely sci-fi movie. Now, no movie is purely sci-fi. There's always sci-fi action, sci-fi horror, sci-fi comedy. There's something in it too. But I think as far as like getting as close to pure sci-fi as possible, this is an amazing movie, but not quite the best sci-fi movie. And I know me, like, doing the way I'm doing this seems a little bit weird to everyone. I know for a fact, because it seems kind of weird to me now that I'm saying it, but it also, like, it feels right to do it like this, because my favorite sci-fi movie is a more purely sci-fi movie. So yeah, this is absolutely on the list, but not too close to the top. The next movie I want to talk about is Dune. This is absolutely top 3 sci-fi movies for me. This is not any of the remakes. I haven't seen any of those yet. My fiance and her father actually talked me into watching this, and I ended up watching it over at his house with both of them. This is one of the best movies I've seen in a while. I watched this close to a year ago, I want to say. But yeah, this is just an amazing movie. Everything from the creature designs to the story, everything is awesome. The main villain, I think he's the governor or something like that. The Emperor, maybe is what they call him. I can't remember what they call him, but he's like a bat, pustule person. Patrick Stewart, Brad Dourif, and Sting are all in it, so this is like a star-studded cast. Everything about this is amazing. I just really like the world building and everything. I genuinely wish this would have gotten more parts than them remaking it now. But like I said, I haven't seen the remake, so it's definitely not on this list just because I haven't watched it yet. But this is one of the best ones ever. If you liked the new remake, I'm sure you'll like this, hopefully, because this is just a really good movie. But yeah, this definitely deserves to be on this list. The next one I'm going to be talking about is Star Trek II: The Wrath of Khan. Yeah, this is one of the coolest sci-fi movies ever. This is my favorite thing that Star Trek has ever put out, other than well, yeah, I think this is actually my favorite Star Trek thing ever. I think this beats out the actual series, any of the actual series, for how much I love it. This is just a really good movie. And just for those of you who don't know, that's saying a lot. I love both of the series. I love all of the Star Trek series. They're just really good series. But this movie is just amazing. Everything about it is perfect. I'm going to have another one in this list that is also basically just this movie. It's the remake of this movie, but I want it to be known that this is my favorite version of this movie, and the other one doesn't really come that close. I just like talking about that one. But in this one, Spock dies at the end, and there's a beautiful ceremony for him. It's actually really cool. Kirk has like one of the best lines. I can't remember it currently. I might check it out, look it up, and tell you guys if I remember. But this is just a really good movie. Whenever Spock gets killed, Kirk goes "Khan," and it's one of the coolest things ever. My fiance has to live with me screaming "Khan" in the middle of a super center every single time that I see this movie, which is a lot because this movie has a ton of collector's editions apparently, so every time I walk in there's a different version of it, and then sometimes it's in the $5 bin and stuff. So yeah, it's a lot of me screaming "Khan" for some reason, and it's because of this movie. And the scene with the alien bugs that go in their ears and like torture their brains and everything, this movie's so good, man. If you watch any of these movies, I'd say definitely go watch Dune and definitely watch Star Trek 2. All the other Star Trek movies are actually really good too. But yeah, this is definitely on this list for a reason, and it's because it's just a really fun time. It's a really good movie, a really heartfelt movie, honestly. Whenever Spock died the first time, I almost cried. It was traumatizing for me, but yeah, this is just a really good movie. Star Trek Into Darkness is yet another star-studded cast. You got, the dude who plays Doctor Strange. Spock is played by the dude that's in almost all of the American Horror Story seasons. The dude from Shaun of the Dead. Judge Dredd. And whoever plays Kirk. I can't remember anything else he's in right now, but this is a really good movie. The dude who plays Doctor Strange is Khan in this one. It's actually really good. Instead of Spock dying, Kirk almost dies, I think. Yeah, he almost dies, and he gets put on... Man, maybe he does die. It's been a second since I've watched this one. I watched the original Star Trek 2 a lot more than this one. This came out after the original Star Trek remake, which was, I don't think, a remake to anything. I think it was just a straight up starting a new universe, and then this one was a remake of the second movie. But yeah, this is actually a really good one. I think the dude who plays Doctor Strange plays a really good Khan. I don't think it's as good as the original Khan, but I honestly don't think anything could be. But yeah, this is just honestly a fun movie, to be honest. Spock is the one that screams Khan this time, and it's really cool because if you don't know, Spock shouldn't be able to feel emotion. Like, he literally tries not to in this movie. And it's just really cool to see that Kirk getting hurt or dying or whatever, like, actually pushes him over the edge. And we get to see Spock go full on. And if you don't know how strong Vulcans are in Star Trek, there's a Marvel crossover with X-Men where the Vulcan neck pinch can just knock out Wolverine, which shouldn't be possible. Wolverine usually has too good of a healing factor to be knocked out for long periods of time, but I'm pretty sure it knocks him out for like a solid hour or a couple hours. And I don't know. This is just a really good movie. Spock gets to go all out whenever it comes to the fight scene with him and Khan. It's a really good movie. Like I said, nowhere near as good as the original Star Trek 2, but it's still a really good movie. You should definitely give the remakes a chance if you haven't. But yeah, I mean, is it as good as all of the other movies I've mentioned? No, not really, but I think it's still a pretty good movie. A fun movie. Gamera vs. Giron is a movie that I talk about at an unhealthy rate at this point in my life. It's just a really good movie. This is definitely where the Showa era started going full on just for kids and everything. But it's a really good movie. It's sci-fi because there's aliens in it. Most of the Showa era Gamera, but it's also sci-fi because he just straight up goes to a different planet. There's aliens trying to eat kids' brains. There's a cool cop dude that's still my favorite character in any kaiju movie ever. And there's a really cool kaiju called Giron, which is one of my favorite kaiju, top 3. And as we all know, Gamera is my top 1 favorite. So I mean, obviously this is going to be on this list. Is it as good as all of the other movies? No, it's not. I can admit that. Does it have some really good kaiju action? Yes. Is it gonna give you a really in-depth, heartfelt story like all the other ones? No, not really, but it's definitely worth your time, especially if you just want a good, goofy movie to watch to I don't know, just to hang out with and watch. I saw this as a kid, so obviously it has a huge like place in my heart. So yeah, this is just a good goofy movie to watch if you want to, if you like kaiju action. Scanners is another movie that is just really good. It's not even goofy good, it's just amazingly written, and the special effects are actually perfect. This is just one of the best sci-fi movies ever, honestly. It's about two brothers. You don't even realize that they're brothers until later, so spoiler alert, I guess. And they're both psychic. One of them just now figured it out, and the other has been trying to make a psychic army this entire time. And the brother is basically just trying to stop him. Yeah. I mean, this is a really good movie. One of the best sci-fi movies ever. Definitely top 5, top 3 even, maybe. But yeah, this is just a really good movie. Go watch it now, actually. Annihilation, a movie that doesn't really get enough attention, honestly. This is a really good movie. It's basically just these weird alien things make a little dome, and everything within the dome meld together within like cellular DNA, and it makes some weird human animal hybrid things. It's a really good movie, and it's got a weird twist, and it's just no one really talks about it. So yeah, here you go watch it, because I don't know, it's a sci-fi movie and I like it. So I mean, you obviously care about that if you clicked on this video. But yeah, this is the last one we have to talk about before the big one that is actually what I would think is the best sci-fi movie of all time. So let's jump directly into that. Starship Troopers. If you don't know what Starship Troopers is, and you know what Helldivers 2 is, then you know what Starship Troopers is. Starship Troopers is an amazing movie about these military that fight against alien bugs, but the alien bugs aren't actually angry. I mean, they're obviously angry, but they wouldn't have been murderous until the Earth, like, invaded their world. This movie is basically just making fun of all of the war propaganda and just how bad war is, basically. That's a really big oversimplification of what this movie is trying to say and do, but this is just a really good movie, even without understanding what that whole what it's trying to say is, because it has amazing effects, special effects. It has really good action scenes. It has amazing action. It's just really good. And if you watch it as a kid, you'll see it as a really good sci-fi action movie. And once you grow up, you'll see it as a really good political satire, I guess, and plus the sci-fi action and everything. It's just a really good, pretty funny movie that's, I mean, it's not funny like other like schlocky sci-fi movies where it's funny because you're laughing at it. It's because the jokes they're making are actually pretty funny, and like it's really good satire, I guess. It's just satire of the huge military complex and everything like that. It's just a really good movie. Like I said, Helldivers 2 is basically just Starship Troopers, the game. I almost said the movie when the world. This is the movie, the game. So yeah, if you like the Helldivers 2 and everything they're doing there, definitely check this movie out. This is my favorite sci-fi movie of all time. If I had to pick a top 3, I'll go ahead and tell you my top 3. I would go ahead and say Starship Troopers, Star Trek 2, and then Dune. They are the 3 that you should absolutely go and watch if you, watch this video. But yeah, Starship Troopers is absolutely number 1 for me. This is just a really good movie all around. Amazing acting, the jokes really land, the action is good, special effects are amazing. Everything about this movie is just really good sci-fi fun. So yeah, you should definitely check out all of those movies if you want to. This is the end of the video, so I don't know. I guess I'm gonna end with saying sci-fi is one of those genres where it's hard for me to pick favorites. Like even now, my top 3 might have changed to where Scanners is number 3 and not Dune. I honestly don't know. But yeah, this is just a really good genre, it's hard to pick favorites just because they're all really good. But yeah, my number one is probably gonna stay Starship Troopers forever, unless something better comes out. It's kind of like The Thing to me, just because it's just a really good movie. So whether it changes or not is if something comes out that tops it. I honestly don't think anything ever will, because sci-fi movies don't really come out like Starship Troopers anymore, except for like sci-fi originals, but those don't really put as much thought or good writing into their story as Starship Troopers did. So I mean, I don't know, maybe something better will come out someday, but until then, Starship Troopers is officially the greatest sci-fi movie of all time. That is an objective fact, now that I have said it. If it changes, I will notify the public, but until then, it is the best sci-fi movie ever. And if you disagree, you're a nerd. See ya.